All right, let's give both streams a chance here to get synced up. Go over the cues, SPY, and today's plays. Talk about what to expect going into next week. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for February 4th, 2022. Cues up about 1.26, SPY up 0.44. And IWM also up the exact same 0.44 there. Okay. So today, market didn't really gap much, but did spend the afternoon rallying into this hourly declining 20 MA. Now, coming into today, we are bearish, right? We've got this hourly start of a downtrend, and the daily triggered the sell setup. This was the sell setup. This was the thing that we were anticipating from the beginning of the week that we would get today or yesterday. It triggered with Facebook's gap down, and then we got some follow through. And then today, getting a bit of a bounce. Amazon being the big mover here out of the large cap names, up 13.5% with this gap up and some follow through here up to the upside. So given we had that big move lower yesterday, and then we had a decent move back up today, where does that put us for Monday? Okay, for me, I'm gonna remain bearish. Bearish as long as we stay below today's high. Okay, going into the weekend expecting that the rally that we got into the afternoon is gonna put in a lower high. Okay, now if we take that out, all right, then we'll no longer be bearish. But I'm gonna stay bearish going into Monday. Okay, so it's kind of interesting what we got here. Now you look at the Qs, we've got a similar size bar here on the Qs, SPY to yesterday. SPY actually a little bit bigger range expansion because it did go lower and then got the bounce. But what I'm sticking with is that hourly sell setup that we were waiting for, that we got. Okay, I'm sticking with that for the daily. Now, if the hourly is not able to follow through on the downtrend anymore, goes back up, this 20 MA will start to flatten out, especially if we stay up here, or if we just rip higher, this 20 MA will start to try to catch up as well. Okay, then that daily sell setup will fail, and then we'll be back to bullish on the Qs and SPY, but we're not there yet, right? I'm just outlining what could happen for us to no longer be bearish, because going into Monday, gonna stay bearish. Okay. All right. Let's go over the plays from today. Had a call on this BMY. It's a gap bully. I like what's happening here on the larger time frames, weekly, monthly as well. That's one of the things that I look for in the gap bullies. All right. So that's the BMY here. Had a nice run up to start things off and break through some resistance there. Not all of it. I would say that's the most aggressive part of this play, is that we did not get through all of the resistance I would have liked to have seen. But I thought we had a decent start to it, and we were basing at it, and I thought we were going to get through it. Okay. So we played this basically 2 minute. 1 minute was a pullback as well. 1 minute pullback right here. 1 minute pullback. Okay. And I was also looking to add, as this base that's highlighted here, I was going to add to this. But then once it started to look like it wasn't going to trigger, we raised the stop up. Okay, so about a half hour loss on this BMY because I brought the stop up. Now, the original stop was at 59. It actually never got taken out. Just kind of stayed here the rest of the day. But that's fine. Okay, on this BMY, I like the play. I like the setup. I don't really have too much of a problem with it, and we didn't lose much on it. Okay. The real nice move here was this BILL up 36%, was up 41 at some point. Did have a really nice breakout this morning. I was just a little bit late getting to it, and then combine that with the spread. Felt really late on this breakout here. It was about a $5 stop on this, and went about, I think, 209.50. So went about $32 from the entry through $32 per share Okay, now it was a big stop, $5 stop. Okay, but that is what, 6 Rs, 6.5 Rs. So very impressive move on the bill. Probably should have been played. I mean, and I'm not just saying that because of the way that it moved, but nice gap up here, negating a sell setup. Okay, negating a sell setup there, ending that downtrend. So that's pretty good. Now we did play a very similar type of gap on this VIAV. See this? But didn't get nearly the extent of that move. So sell setup there, negating a sell setup by gapping up, getting over the daily 200. So we did play this VIAV in the afternoon, right here, as it was kind of transitioning out of the bottom there. Now, it never put in like a low of the day base. It did kind of pull back, put a deep pullback after the first attempt to move up. What we played was basically this little base here as it was transitioning into a 5-minute uptrend. Okay, first targets here as we got to high of the day, we took half off under the 2-minute, which was right in here. This was the first target here. And then the rest we did 15-minute bar by bar because it was just in this grind higher. So that came out under 17 there. So yeah, that was a surprise how well the 15-minute stayed intact. I think last I counted it was like 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12 15-minute bars of higher highs and higher lows. And then finally trailed right there. I think some of this is due to the market. I think the market definitely helped us, this thing stay moving. Now then you see the SPY. But even when the SPY shook out here, that's when we got this single red bar in this move up. So it was a relatively painless trade, but it also wasn't like a big play because we played it with a 22-cent stop. I think max on this was about 50 cents or 35. 35, yeah. So wasn't a huge play on the VIAV, but at least pretty painless. Okay, so not too bad there. All right. So yeah, I think there was a lot today. I don't think the entries were necessarily the easiest. I think a lot of things moved pretty fast. Bill was pretty good. Sky W had a really nice move. And so like I noticed yesterday, I think things are starting to pick up a little bit, starting to feel a little bit more like what I would expect earnings season to be like. So optimistic for next week. All right. All right, guys. So going to remain bearish going into next week, and we'll be back at it on Monday. Have a good evening.